the microphone could hear us if we have a conversation?
Maybe.
Alright. Cool. Would you mind being on?
Whatever.
Really?
Sure.
Cool, man. I don't know if you can be seen. I've just always wanted to video a random stranger that I never played.
Alright.
I mean, meaning like always since like 1 minute ago.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I've never seen a video like that.
Fair enough.
Cool. I mean, I might only show my wife like in 50 years when we're like, hey, look what I did, but whatever. Cool. Well,
What's your name?
it's Ethan.
I'm Dan.
What is it?
Dan?
Dan? Cool.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, man. Thanks for the mint earlier.
Oh, no problem.
Actually, can I have another mint?
Yeah, you got it.
Nice. I hope we can be heard on this thing. Thanks, man.
Got it.
Cool. It's funny how everybody's a random stranger to everybody else.
Yeah, it's
Right?
kind of how flights go.
I mean, to me, that's funny.
Where are you coming from initially?
LA. I'm just going home.
Oh,
What
gotcha.
about you?
I'm from New York. I'm going out to LA for a meeting.
Cool. I was out in Virginia interviewing for a job.
Cool. I'm actually doing the same thing in Los Angeles.
Right?
Yep.
What type of job?
It's allocation. I work for American Apparel,
Okay.
and so
But you don't have to like.
yeah, gotcha. And so they wanted to move me up to the corporate office, so they flew me out.
Is that a really cool company?
It has its ups and downs. Like there are things that are really cool, and there are things that are like absolutely terrible. Really, it's like I don't know. It's just a job when
Yeah.
it boils down to it.
Well, you live in New York City now?
No, I actually live a bit north of New York City, in a town called Monroe. So, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Woodbury Commons, but it's
No.
like right up there.
I've never spent much time in New York. But American Apparel always seemed cool to me, though.
It's interesting in the fact that like the entire company is just run by like 20-year-olds, like all the way like up to the board of directors, and then they're all old dudes. But,
Old
like,
dudes?
Yeah, but then like everyone else is like 30 tops, which it's cool because you're dealing with your peers, but it's
Yeah.
really neat because most of them have no idea what's going on.
Dude, that's so popular now. I've heard. I mean, with like cutting edge companies like that, like their company, they wanted to be like completely different, right?
Yeah, and I guess it's working for them.
Vertically integrated.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
and everything is all done in the same building.
They have a huge plant downtown in LA.
Yeah, that's actually where I'm going.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
What kind of job are you applying for?
An apartment manager job. I manage apartments in Los Angeles, but been out there for like 8 years, and me and my wife want to go back to the East Coast where our family is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You grew up in Virginia? Or just
Military brat, man. All over the place. I went to college in Virginia. Went to high school in Colorado. Went to junior high school in New Jersey. Kind of middle school in California.
We're out in New Jersey.
The name of this town was Colts Neck.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Have you ever heard of Monmouth?
Yeah.
It was near Monmouth.
I grew up in
Like if we went to the mall, we'd end up going to Monmouth.
Gotcha. I grew
Woodridge.
up Woodridge. It's like right by Hasbrook Heights.
Okay.
And like I was born in Hackensack Hospital. Like
Alright.
pretty much everyone else in northern New Jersey.
Yeah, so it was in northern Jersey, same thing. Yeah, Jersey was, it's crazy, man. I lived there from like 4th grade or 5th grade through 7th grade, I think.
I lived there till I was 16.
Yeah.
And then I lived down in East Hampton. And then
The Hamptons.
yeah, like the Hampton of the Hamptons.
Oh, yeah?
And then my mom moved out to California, and I moved in with my dad in Tuxedo. Then we moved to Monroe.
Sweep out the face.
Then I went to college upstate New York.
Syracuse?
No, Oneonta.
Oneonta.
We're gonna say all passengers, please check the security of your seatbelts. Make sure they're securely fastened while we're experiencing
For business?
turbulence. Thank you.
No, I went for audio production,
Cool.
actually. And then,
Like music?
yeah.
Alright.
And then I just got a job. I just needed a job, so I got a job in one of the stores, and then like worked my way up. I managed one. And then they
Oh,
were
yeah?
like, yeah. And then they were like, oh, you want to come out to California? I was like, sure.
So that's what you're doing now is
So
managing the store?
Yeah.
Cool. That seems like one of those jobs like you never like dreamed that I want to work in retail.
No, and I don't dream that I want to work in retail.
I know, but I mean, me too. And I actually brought that up in my interview yesterday. He was like, so how did you get into property management? You know? Slick dude in the boardroom, you know, in like the conference room. How did you get into property management? I was like, well, you know, like a lot of people, I think I just did it because it happened to be convenient at the time. And if you want to be good at anything, you end up doing it more and more. And now I look around and I'm pretty capable at it.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Like,
One of the horrible answers that did not get me hired.
oh, you didn't get the
So
job?
don't say any of that, yeah.
Okay.
Don't try to be genuine or, you know,
Yeah.
off
no.
the cuff in any way. Just
Yeah, just
because
do
I've
it.
had a lifelong dream of it. You know?
Yeah,
Because it's a cutting edge industry that I'm very interested in.
yeah, they're actually like pretty good with that. They realize like a bunch of people didn't really like want to do it because
Yeah.
most of the people are, like they're recruited. Like you don't walk in and apply, so
Yeah.
you just got to get like put in this job. So then like you know, American Apparel, they're really cool about it. Like you know, they realize like this probably isn't what you wanted to do with your life.
They
Yeah.
realize that.
Yeah, like they know
But
it.
people can work together in that. Like
Yeah.
they can understand one another.
Which is why like everyone's so young. They realize like there's no one that's gonna be there for like 15,
I'm
20
still
years.
But yeah, 15, 20 years, you're not. It's gonna be like, who knows?
Yeah, they'll all be on to something else.
How do you feel about the interview?
Pretty good. Yeah, I've been talking to them, and they were always like really impressed with whatever I had to say. So it's more of just like they said, "Oh, we'll bring you out. You meet the team. We'll make everything all formal." So it's pretty much just like my job to lose.
Dude, that's awesome. I don't want to say anything, but that's why I went to Virginia. Because it was like my job to lose. And now Austin. Crazy.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. It's got to be something better. Whatever.
It's just a job.
Yeah, man, it's true. Why is American apparel so expensive?
Because it's all made in America.
Yeah.
And like they're the sewers and like seamstresses dye
Legal
like,
wages.
everyone they're they're making like way more than most people are. Like the average seamstress makes $12 an hour.
So it's like way more than Starbucks.
Yeah, that's way more than like
Or Walmart
everywhere.
or Target, yeah.
And you know, like anywhere else in the world they'd be getting paid maybe $1 a week.
Oh, I see what you're saying. More than any other
Yeah.
seamstress makes, right?
Well, that too. So like you know, they're averaging like $30,000 a year, whereas if someone else like if you get someone in China or Mexico, they're making maybe $2,000 a year, and that's like if they're really doing well.
yeah.
So that you know, it's just really
That's
all
if they're
cost of
doing
production.
great. I mean, dude, I try to buy American whenever I can. And I've got American apparel stuff. But sometimes when I just want one item, like a t-shirt or something, I'm like, damn, $20 for this t-shirt.
Yeah, it you know like it softens the blow because I get it all for like
Yeah.
very little to nothing. But it's definitely expensive. But then you think
I
about
mean,
like
it's not like expensive. It's just like,
it's expensive for what it is.
It's
It's
expensive
not like
for
you're
what it
buying
is.
like a 5-pack of
Yeah.
Hanes or something.
yeah. And here's the thing, my problem with them is they seem, it doesn't seem expensive for what it is. For any other reason than they almost sell it like the same way that like designer brands do, or you know those like casual designer brands, like
It's kind of like
Calvin Klein and stuff. How they have like the hip ads.
yeah. it's
And,
kind of like
you-
Apple. They're selling a lifestyle rather than just a product.
That's what I don't get. Yeah.
It's worked for them so far. It's
It
worked
has?
for like the last, 11 years they've been in retail.
Alright.
And before that, like, they started as just completely wholesale in the early 90s. And, at that point it was all about the quality of the t-shirt. Now it's all about, like, the image.
Okay.
In which case, people will pay a premium for that.
Well, that's really interesting. It's nice to be in a company if you say they're like it is working for them. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because you can never tell as like just a regular consumer until years later.
Yeah.
You don't know if the new marketing barrage is like because they're on their last leg or because they're thriving.
Well, they're definitely shooting themselves in the foot with like a million other things, mostly personal reasons. But as far as business, it's working for the most part. Like basic still work. They're trying to do this whole like ultra preppy kind of look, like
Polo or
Dead
whatever.
Poet Society kind of
Alright,
thing.
nice.
And some people are catching on, but not as quickly as they like had hoped.
They should, man.
Like
It kind of seems like a cool company, dude. I'm sorry, man. It seems cool. I should see if they're hiring. Who's the recruiter?
Joanne Salick.
And they don't just take applicants. You have to be recruited.
Well, they'll take an applicant, but it's easier to like move up once you're already in the company.
Catch 22.
Yeah. You could always like go and be like, oh, what's available?
Going to the retail shop?
Yeah.
plan
Well,
or what?
they won't really know like what's like working at a higher level.
Okay.
You'd have to like actually contact the factory, but they would have no problem saying like what's available.
Cool.
You never know.
Yeah. I hate all the brands, man, that say like American pride. That are made in like China.
Yeah, or like Macau or something.
Yeah, they made it like made everywhere, dude. And the thing that bothers me lately is like you go into a pet store. I don't know if it's many other stores. I just don't buy a whole lot of new things anymore. But we bought like a toy for our cat, and there's like a little laser, laser pointers. Cat likes to chase it, and all of the competing ones, they all had this little American flag in the corner of the packaging. What did that mean? I mean, like, and then you flip it. So I was like, I told her, I was like, oh baby, look at the American flag. I'm getting that one. I don't care if it's $3 more. I'm getting that one. And then, and I like looked at it like all proud. I was flipped it over, and it was like made in China. Why does it have the little American? Just so they know
It's
not
just
to
a
send it on to.
It's just a marketing tool at that point. I don't even know. That's really sketchy.
It is sketchy.
It might have been like,
Maybe they say that like it's so where their distributors know which cargo box to put it in or something.
maybe, but there's a million other ways to like mark that, whether it's just
Yeah.
like part of the SKU number or something. Like there's routing numbers.
Look out for it. Next
everywhere.
time you're buying a little knick-knack that's wrapped in plastic, that hard plastic,
Yeah.
look for that little.
It might have been like
American
partially
flag.
manufactured or assembled in America, but
Apple.
I don't know. Do it, yeah. Designed in California.
Designed in California.
Produced in China.
Yeah.
Manufactured in China.
Assembled in China by California Engineering or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, dude, I'm gonna shut it off.
Pleasure talking to you.
Dan.